welcome to Math Lesson 31. We're going to get started by reviewing some of your geometric solids. Remember, those are shapes that have height, length, and width. So they not only go up and down and over, but they also go back, just like my eraser. It goes up and down, it goes across, and it also goes back. So those are shapes that have height, length, and width. What is this shape? Cube. Very good. How about this one, Ivana? Sphere. What is this pointing to, the yellow part? We call each of these flat surfaces what? Hazel? Face. Very good. How about this one, Jocelyn? It has a round base and goes up to a point. Cone. This one has either a triangle or a rectangle on the bottom and goes up to a point. Do you remember what this one is called, George? Pyramid. Very good. How about this, where two faces meet? What do we call that part? Yelena? That's an edge. Good. How about this? It's round all the way across because the top and the bottom are circles. What do we call this one, Esteban? Cylinder. Very good. Okay, let's look at our times 4 tables before we start the lesson for today. 0 times 4 equals 0. 1 times 4 equals 4. 2 times 4 equals 8. 3 times 4 equals 12. 4 times 4 equals 16. 5 times 4 equals 20. 6 times 4 equals 24. 7 times 4 equals 28. 8 times 4 equals 32. 9 times 4 equals 36. 10 times 4 equals 40. 11 times 4 equals 44. 12 times 4 equals 48. Nicely done. For our lesson today, we're talking about checking addition. This is a nice, quick lesson. I know yesterday's lesson was very long, so today we're going to try to be a little shorter. Okay, so first, to check addition, you are making sure that you did your problem correctly. So the first step is to do your problem, to add. So we add from the top to the bottom. 9 plus 7 is 16. Good. Plus 3? 19. So we put our 9 down and we carry our 1. Now we add. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 5 more, 8. Plus 6 more, 14. So I have 149 as my answer. But I want to know if I did this correctly. So this is how I do it. I'm going to erase the 1 that I carry. I'm going to put 2 lines over top of my number. And now I'm going to start at the bottom and add up, putting my answer over those 2 lines. Here we go. 3 plus 7 is 10. Plus 9 more, 19. So we put our 9 down and carry the 1, but this time to the bottom. 1 plus 6 is 7. Plus 5 more, 12. Plus 2, 14. So we write 14 here. I have 149 at the top and at the bottom. So I have the correct answer. There you go. Okay, that's all that you have to do to check addition. But before we start your paper, I want to review subtraction. I notice there are some of you that are having some problems with borrowing. So let's talk about that and review that just a little bit. First, I have 520 minus 238. When I look at the first number, 0 minus 8, I might be tempted to say, oh, of course, 0, that's nothing, minus 8. Okay, so I'll just put 8. No, we can't do that. Okay, we can't take away 0 from 8. It's not enough. It's too small. So I have to borrow. I'm going to borrow from the 2, which leaves me with 1. The 1 that I borrowed, I put with my 0. So now I have 10 minus 8. 10, it's hard to see because it's pink and little, there we go. 10 minus 8 equals 2. Very good. Now can I subtract 3 from 1? No, it's still too small. So I have to borrow from my 5, which leaves me with 4, and bring that 1 over here. So now I have 11 minus 3. What is 11 minus 3? 8. Very good. And now I come over here. 4 minus 2. Can I do it? Yes, because 2 is smaller than 4. So 4 minus 2 is 2. So your answer is 282. Okay, let's try 204 minus 97. Can I subtract 7 from 4? No, because 4 is too small, so I have to borrow. Can I borrow from 0? No, because 0 is nothing. I can't take anything from it. So I have to go to the next number, which is 2, and borrow from the 2. I'm left with 1, and I have my 1 over here. So 10 minus 9. But I don't want to do 10 minus 9. I want to start with 4 minus 7. So I borrow now from my 10. I take away 1, it leaves me with 9. I bring my 1 over here next to the 4. So now I have 14 minus 7. 14 minus 7 is 7. 9 minus 9 is 0. And 1 minus nothing is 1. So 107 is your answer. Okay, look at your paper. It looks like this. Page 61. Checking an addition problem at the top is what it says. Number 1, you need to write the sums. Remember, that means the answers to your addition problems. And then check your work by adding from the bottom to the top. Number 2, you need to subtract carefully. Number 3, write the products. Remember, the product is the answer to your multiplication problem. Number 4, solve the story problem. The flying fox is a fruit-eating bat. So that's what the picture is of there on the side of your paper, the flying fox. On Friday, a colony of flying foxes ate 51 mangoes. On Saturday night, they ate 46. How many more mangoes did they eat on Friday than on Saturday? So they had 51 on Friday and 46 on Saturday. I want to know how many more. Do I add or subtract? Subtract, that's right. 51 minus 46 will tell me how many more. Number 5, you need to write the quotient, so you need to divide. If you need any help, get out your paper from yesterday and use the mushrooms to help you. Number 6 says, write the answer to the listening skills question. Show your work in the workspace. So listen carefully as I read your problem, and then we'll work on it together. The problem is, Kent's family raked leaves last weekend. So that means they got this herramienta that can, it's kind of like an escoba, but just for leaves, just for hojas, and you put them into piles. So Ken's family raked leaves last weekend. They raked 2 bags of leaves for each tree on their property. If they raked 24 bags of leaves, how many trees are on their property? So for each tree, they had 2 bags of leaves. So they divided their 24 bags of leaves into 2 groups for each tree. So it's 24 divided by 2. And that will give you the trees that you have on the property, because you're dividing your 24 total bags into groups of 2, which represent each tree, 2 for each tree. Okay, number 7 says label each shape and find its perimeter. So what is each shape? Is it a circle, a square, a triangle? Is it a trapezoid? Is it a diamond? Is it a pentagon, a hexagon? What is your shape? You are going to write that on the first line. So write the name of your shape on the first line. Circle, square, triangle, pentagon, hexagon. Okay, write that on the first line. Then right below it, you write your perimeter. Remember, perimeter is adding each of the sides together. Okay, and then I want you to skip the brain booster at the bottom of the page. You don't need to do the brain booster. You can skip that. Once you finish perimeter, you are done. Okay, have a great day. Bye.